Welcome to the RPG Podcast.
And we are live.
Oh, God, Patton!
Presented by SHEATH. A Time Wheel production.
We're going to go ahead and get started.
Hello and welcome to the Robert Patton Global Podcast.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, man. It's so good to be here with you. We got the sun shining in this room. Out back, it's like I can't even look outside. It's so bright with snow.
The snow reflects the sun and it will blind you. It's a beautiful thing. We had a nice little welcome, warming sunrise with the snow.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know.
I'm very lucky. I feel very blessed. And to have guests come visit me and hang out, playing chess. We're going to do some podcasts, make some movies, sell some underwear.
Sell some underwear, make some scripts.
Yeah.
You know, been throwing out ideas for some kind of a movie, some kind of a nice branded commercial for SHEATH. Mm-hmm. You know, it's been nice just like being here and talking and seeing each other.
We got to go snowboarding yesterday. You went skiing for the first time.
Yes, man.
Very neat. I'm gonna try this. I want to try the skiing. I haven't done that.
Very precise.
Yeah.
Totally worth doing. Totally, you should try it.
Yeah.
It's if you're out there, you've never skied, check it out. Okay, you're not gonna fall down as much, but it is scary. I was freaked out.
Yeah, you're
and going up
first.
the lifts, all of that shit was scary. I've never done anything like that, so.
Yeah, the lifts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a very special guest. His name is Raul Rodriguez III, a.k.a.
Hello.
Tryon Ray.
AKA.
Find him on all the socials.
Yeah, look me up.
Oh.
I have some music out.
Yeah,
Something Fiction, expansions of Q. I've been working on my own music and just getting my skills up, like as a guitarist, and appreciating the instrument, not really having to have a master, like anyone to please. It's just nice to play. It's nice to have. It's nice to progress on an instrument, and
Yeah.
I just love that.
You've been playing since how long?
Forever.
Yeah.
Since forever.
Is it like talking, kind of?
I guess not that young, but
No, I mean, but like when not like that's when you started playing, but when can you press the strings in a way to like say whatever you want it to say?
I feel I'm in a place where I kind of know what I want to say musically, and I can kind of
Like if you hear a
express
Jimi
myself.
Hendrix song though, can you just like, oh, I could play that
I mean,
just by hearing it?
I've always been pretty good at learning things by ear and picking apart melodies and reciting melodies and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty good at like transcribing things. But yeah, I wouldn't say like, oh, I can play anything.
Right,
I guess I
okay.
can't say that. But,
Okay.
I mean, it is kind of like just feeling like you can express yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where I finally have been at for the past few years, almost to a distraction, because it's like you can just be there, get this weight off of you that's been building, play, and it's very therapeutic. It's like, what more do I fucking need to do? You could just do that, and it's satisfying, you know?
Yeah. A lot of people don't have that outlet per se. I mean, what's something that's similar but different?
That's a good question. You know, like writing, just
Writing. Yeah.
I've been trying to
Spread
write
like
more.
a journal.
Yeah, journaling, man.
Yeah.
You know, working out for people. I'm sure that's
Playing the drums seems like it would be somewhat cathartic because you're like just
yeah.
banging on shit.
oh yeah, dude.
Shout out Nick.
Shout out Nick.
Nick G.
Shout out Brandon Medellin.
Yeah.
Shout out all the so many great musicians, and yeah, so many great people in San Antonio.
Do you have a goal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I wanna just put music out and just keep putting music out. And
Yeah, because I used to just like to play basketball, and we like to play. I'd like just to play.
Just to
Maybe just
play.
like to play the guitar. You don't have.
I just want to be able to put my music on and just be like, hey guys, look, this is a song, and that's really it. I mean, I'd love to do that. Put things together, put songs together. That's fun. Even if no one hears it, it's just fun.
Japanese Sunrise. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That was a great song.
That means a lot that you say that and that you like that one. I kind of cringe hearing music that I've made earlier in my stuff, or like, I just kind of, I mean, I appreciate it more now, but it's interesting. Once you make stuff, it can kind of change how you look at it. But it's I still like it though. But it's just nice to hear you say that.
You're welcome. Yeah, it was a great song. One of my favorite of all times. I'm thinking of, you're like an artist, like it's quintessential. Put a picture of like a picture of someone and by the name artist, and there's Raul. He's an artist. Maybe I feel like I feel like you are in a lot of different ways, not just musically, but with content, our media, content, marketing, and you painted. No, you don't paint. Do you paint?
I'll paint a little bit.
Yeah, you
know.
did a little painting.
Yeah.
I feel like you act and kind of think like an artist, and I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I do like to create things. I'm very a creative-minded person, always having ideas and just wanting to, just show this mood, this kind of, this transcendence kind of vibe. I just want to show that spacey kind of transcendence kind of stuff, but not like new agey or not that that's whack or anything. Like, I love that shit. I just don't want to be
confined. What? I don't even know.
I don't know. I just what I'm trying to do with the art here. Like what I even like to make. I guess I'm just drawn to that kind of frozen infinite space, kind of Zen space, and I like to thread that into everything, like kind of musically or visually.
Yeah, the visuals.
You
do really good on
like
visual stuff.
The
also.
Zen of just like math, because like math is like the Tao, and that's a big kind of principle for creation.
Ooh.
Like.
Well, that is, yeah.
And it's very inspiring, because I was a math major for a long time. I was in school for engineering and shit, dropped out, failed out, whatever. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna finish, but
I believe you. I think you should.
I
think you will.
I will.
You're pretty close.
I'm close.
Yeah.
And I've just really struggled kind of with my being an artist and really accepting that as like what I am.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're not told. Well, we're told when we're younger that that's like an impossible kind of a thing, kind of a dream. Nobody really. I mean, I don't know what you were told, but in school, you're like I was told. If you wanted to be an actor, oh my God, it's so hard to be an actor. You cannot. Don't even try. It's so competitive.
Yeah.
So it's like then I guess I won't try to do that. I'm very discouraged to even think about such a thing.
Yeah, it's like you killed my dreams.
Yeah, before they'd even started.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, I mean, I guess wants to be a movie star when they're young.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they say that.
And everyone is an artist, I think, like. And so that's why it was hard to be. It's like, okay, I'm this artist or whatever, when it just seems kind of this foundational thing.
Like we're all artists.
We're all creators. We all like to do it. We all need to do that kind of, those kind of activities where there's no right answer. There's no like correct way to dance. And we should do shit like that.
Oh, I like that. Dancing. I forget that dancing is an art.
Dancing, man. I've been dancing more, like trying to just shake it out, dance around, break the ice. Like,
so great.
Feels good.
Something has it's like things have changed. I don't know. Like, I feel more free. I feel like I want to dance.
Yeah.
I want to express myself and feel the energy that I felt, I guess, when I was a kid or something. And then I'm 42. It's age catching up to me. I'm like, I bend over and I'm like, ugh, I'm like grunting and but I feel like I still have it in there somewhere. This energy that gets stifled, by the mind.
Yeah.
And there's some quote by like Ralph Waldo Emerson about, I have suffered so many tragedies in my life, but they were all in my mind or something. And the majority of them are in my mind.
Yeah.
It's like most of the stuff we put ourselves through is fucking mental.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but if you just look around, like, it's beautiful. I have everything I want, but then I feel like, and maybe this is something the mind likes to solve problems, so it likes to find problems to then solve. Maybe it maybe makes a problem out of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially when it comes to letting loose and letting go, and you know,
Being free yourself.
being free, just, and even just shit like dancing. It's just like, you're at a bar and you want to dance or whatever. You feel like that would be fun, but you don't want to be the only dude dancing. You don't want to be that guy or whatever. But why not be that guy? Why? What stops us? For me, it's just second guessing. The setting of things really matters. How you feel, who you're with.
Or if you're one of those TikTok dancers that was really good, and then you go and do some kind of weird choreographed dance, and everybody turns and starts like, you get, if you started getting a good response, you'd probably keep dancing, but then you're dancing by yourself. And they're like, okay, no one's really looking at you, and then your mind starts going like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But I was just having fun. I was just shaking it out.
Shaking it out, having fun. And also like inviting people
To do the
dance,
same.
maybe.
Yes.
And it just takes that one person to start fucking dancing, and then everyone's dancing, really. It's that, you're like the gatekeeper of the dancer, but it's stressful to dance in front of strangers. It's like you did karaoke. I remember when you did karaoke that day, and that was awesome. And I was just like, man, I could not break that kind of ice. I remember that, and just like, damn.
I like to sing, but I think I've gotten worse as I've aged for some reason. I felt like when I was 12, I had a nice Boys to Men, Boys to Men type voice. And then as I've aged, it's like cracking, and it's like going backwards.
It's got all that character though.
Yeah.
all that kind of the chisels and the smokiness or whatever. But
The experience is in there. Yeah. I mean, I want to do it again. I'm always, I like to, yeah, I'll sing.
yeah, you do a lot, and it's feeling that energy, trying to be, I feel this, like I want to be young, feeling younger, dancing. Yeah, I feel like it's super circumstantial, like the company you're with, the day even, and just like where you are, and there might be a couple people dancing, you go out, you're having a good time, and then you start dancing your ass off that night. And the other nights, maybe those people weren't dancing, and you went out and you didn't dance, you didn't have quite as much fun, and you're like, oh, what is it? Is it me? Is it? But it's like we're in these complex environments, we can't even process it all, and we're kind of following that more than we'd like to admit.
Yeah. Like the energy that's there, or that, kind of all the circumstances and events that led up to that moment is where you're at. You're kind of like a victim of it, or kind of just a party to it, and you just got to kind of go with it. Or
like, in spite of that, try to have fun.
Try to dance.
Try to dance a bit. Dance anyways, man. I try to. I can't be like, I'm the dancer. I'm this big dancer guy. I'm the one dancing. I'm not always the one dancing, but I have been doing it more. It's really fun. I never regret it.
Yeah.
And that wall is there totally all the time. It's like, don't dance. Like, don't do it.
Well, yeah.
And I do sometimes. It feels great. Sometimes I don't. It feels, great. But it's never the same all the time.
No. Everything's always changing. But I like that dance anyways. Make a shirt.
Dance anyways.
Yeah, just do it. You feel like shit. It'll probably make you feel better. Possibly. Couldn't hurt. And when dogs are stressed, they shake it out. And Well, I was when you said that we were talking about shaking it out. I was thinking like writing is like shaking out your brain a little bit.
It's like shaking out your brain. Oh yeah, I'm just amazed at how the value of just literally writing how you feel. Just the honesty of, the honesty of dancing, the honesty of these tasks. There's an honesty there. Like, oh, he's dancing. There's no right or wrong way to dance. So because there's no right answer, it becomes the truth. And it just becomes how you feel, and writing down your thoughts like, oh, I feel this way. I feel heartbroken. I am not myself right now. Like,
Yeah.
this is happening. And just that is so valuable, not only to you, but just anyone. I think reading those things, like when I read that kind of stuff, it makes me, I can relate to it on some level. And I always feel like there is a release. Like when Johnny Cash is like, cry, you're going to cry, cry, cry. It's like, he knows, he understands me. Like I fucking cry, 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 and him just saying it is so valuable. It's so like, you let it go, you let it go, get that
I could
shit
be that
out.
guy. I feel like I could be that guy. I
You could
like,
be that guy.
I could be like,
You are that guy.
I'm fucked up. I'm always in it's like I'm unstable mentally. Like I'm cool until I'm not cool, and then I'm not cool until I'm cool again. And there's things that can help. It's usually though time, and usually when I'm not cool, it's because I have a record playing in my head of something that I don't like.
Yeah.
And it's something that is it's like, okay, well, eventually it's going to stop playing because it always does and it always has, but it is playing right now, and I don't have an off switch per se. I'm not doing heroin, and I mean, you like work out and stuff, but and that helps, like working out. I guess it's kind of like staying on top of that regimen to stay mentally healthy, like physical exercise, journaling, doing something you love, I guess, but exercise, diet, don't drink too much and fucking get your shit all out of whack. And sometimes I smoke too much weed, and then I get paranoid, and then I'm like,
that paranoia is a dark kind of thing. Especially, it can like just shift your whole day. You just start getting these weird anxiety, and it can throw things off.
it can definitely throw things off.
Especially when you're just a mental creative person, very creative guy,
Yeah, I guess.
and we stimulate our minds with
The
weed and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the cons of it. But it's always, it's exhilarating. Like you feel like you get through, and you're like, that was nothing. What the fuck? You're like, that was nothing. I made it alive. It's always the same fucking shit. And it's almost like a nice wash of that again.
Yeah. And it reminds me later that, like, so it always gets better. Like, no matter what I was worried about when I was worrying, it wasn't even real. Like you said, you make it real. It might be a thought from 30 years ago and an experience that, I mean, is that real? Like it happened, but is it real now? But why am I feeling these feelings of this emotion of pain from something that happened so long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's like, I feel that like, I would just get things that come up to the surface. It's like you haven't really processed these things or something. It felt like I'd, like your brain, when it's like we're this amazing mental, balanced, complex being. And in that mental space, if there's something not looked at, or maybe it's a vague, kind of felt uncomfortable about it, hey, we'll put that in the back room for now, but it comes back around, these little things. And just to make sure we're really, I think, integrated across that entire mental space, and we can be like, okay, I'm going to put that in its place, and it'll keep confronting you until you kind of break through that, maybe, But for me, there's things that just keep coming up that I can't really shake, it
Yeah.
seems. But
I mean, I guess like but until you deal with it or until you somehow resolve it
like
in your
death,
brain.
it's like I can't shake that off.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna die, and I think about it, and it's like, it's kind of a buzzkill. You can't really shake that one off, but accept it or whatever. You have to, you come to accepting and loving yourself. You know, you have to. It's strong to do that.
I feel fine with the whole death thing. I guess I don't want to die alone.
Yeah.
I don't want to push everyone away from me. I'm in this weird position now where we're doing well, and my people think I'm something that I'm not. Maybe like they think we're richer than we are, or more something. And maybe this is all in my head.
See, I think you're.
But I think there's definitely something shifting. There's definitely like a shift of people wanting my attention more and something from me in a lot of cases, and I'm trying. That's why I think I don't want to. I don't want to be Scrooge and be this old man fucking hoarding my money. And I feel like I'm a good person, but I don't fucking know.
You are.
I'm all right, but we're all human and have our own quirks, I guess, and selfishness,
Yeah.
kind of attributes.
For sure.
And it sucks because I guess you hurt the ones that are the closest to you because they're around. And when you're like unstable and they're having to put up with you, I almost feel bad. I feel bad for people. And I try to typically put myself out of environment where there's other people when I'm feeling that way, so that's to not put that on them. But I still think it kind of transmits. Stacy says it's like very palpable, like you can feel when I'm not happy.
Well, yeah, she has that perspective of the wife, the one closest to you. I know, like my partners I've been with, it's just like this double-edged thing. They just know you so well, and you get closer to someone, you just start to see
The flaws also.
Well, and it's just like your image of them. You can't help but have an image of someone.
Yeah.
And it like it keeps meeting that or changing that, and if you think you know someone already, it really can be frustrating.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, like you're not who I fucking thought you were.
Yeah.
You're not this person or whatever.
Yeah, they're not meeting your expectations of the vision of them that you have in your head. They're like, you're not.
And so she's like, I know you, or like, I still love you. We need people that we should be able to be ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't have to change who you are at all. I mean, work on yourself, but it
would be nice to be loved for exactly who you are.
Exactly who you
And when
are.
you go dance, they look at you and
like, I love that.
Yeah, I love that he's going and dancing.
Yes.
And I'm going to go dance with him. I'm inspired by that. And the jokes you tell, they laugh and
That would be great.
But something tells me that we can't be ourselves. You have to be this Instagram model and a movie star and a perfect musician, rock, like I want to be able to play the guitar for her, and I want to, write love ballads and
You can
all the things, write poetry and be a knight in shining armor and protect her, her and all the. It's like hard to live up to my own expectations of what I would want. Am I even trying to do any of that? I'm doing some sit-ups.
I'd say that's good, when you're putting, if you want that effort, if you see like, man, I have this person and I want to do all this effort, and it makes me think of writing fucking songs and paintings and all of that, that's just good. That's a great thing. Like, and I was
what I really want, and I'll let you, is like just to make her laugh.
Make her laugh. Yeah. It's nice to hear your people you love laugh, especially your girl, your wife.
And I want to be,
You're a funny guy. Y'all are always laughing.
I'm funny.
He's funny.
I am funny. But you got to, it's like sometimes it's a weird like I'll say, it's like sarcasm.
Yeah.
And this episode is brought to you in part by soapcorner.com, SOAPKORNER.com. They are the maker and seller of some wonderful products that are made of kratom.
Whoa.
Yeah, Raul knows about kratom.
Kratom.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I have. Like wakes you up.
It does a bunch of different things. It's kind of like an herbal opioid, I call it, which for some people opiates wake them up, some people puts them to sleep. And this has different kind of like with weed has different strains. Kratom has different strains. You got the red vein, the green vein, and the white vein. Red is for chill, white is kind of uppy, green is like a hybrid.
Whoa.
Yeah, and a good friend of mine owns the company.
Whoa.
And you can help out his company. And a friend of mine, if you buy kratom, go buy some of that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely tried it. It's nice. It's
yeah, I like it. Have you've tried kava?
tried kava. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's real quick plug. OhanaKavaBar.com. Yeah, he's selling online all over the world. OhanaKavaBar.com. If you're into kava, get some. If you've never heard of it, look it up. It's really good. Kind of. But you've had a weird... Tell me... real quick, too, also. Matt Clark. He's coming on the show in the next week. We'll have him on.
Matt Clark.
He's the owner of Ohana, and he's like a kava head. But he's really smart and super, like, business-minded, very, like, count every penny. He does... he gets...
Micromanage. Nanomanage.
Yeah. No, he's all about efficiency and stuff. But, I would tell him some of the promotions we've done in the past, like that Gary Vee one where we went to LA and
big party.
Spent $15,000 on this one night, and it was a total loss. But
gosh,
yeah, like
I remember that.
Yeah, but to this day though, I'll bring that up with him. He spends like 1%, or maybe not. Yeah, no.
1% of his stuff on
compared to what we spend on
I see.
on advertising, it's like maybe 10% or something ridiculous. But now he wants to come on the show. He's like going to start raising his advertising budget because he sees what we're doing. But at the same time, I'm like, don't do it all. This was like a long process. We didn't just raise the budget and fucking make money. You got to do it real slow and real strategically.
And it's a lot of hit and miss. It's a lot of miss.
Remember when we did 1 month on Amazon, our cost of advertising was like 80%?
Yeah, dude.
And now it's like 10%.
Yeah, it's like 12 or like 11.
Yeah, to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be precise, man.
I mean, just to tell everyone also, Raul does the Amazon and the marketing and the branding. But like the Amazon is like the bread and butter.
Yeah. Amazon, man. They deserve a union.
Well, you got Bezos on my vision board over there, and I don't want to necessarily be like him per se, but I wouldn't mind some growth that's similar.
Oh yeah, I mean he's just unimaginably wealthy. Just almost scary, or like it's like a black hole or some shit.
What would you do with that money?
Man,
pay your workers better? No.
Yeah, I'd pay my workers better. I would give a lot to like community schools and things like that. Like getting just more public resources for people so they don't rob.
After school shit.
Music. And even for adults, you just take your kid there and they'll look after the kid or go work or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we should have more conversations like this.
Yeah, man. This was it's always nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Just chatting it up.
And picking your brain a little bit,
Yeah, there was no direction.
Yeah.
It just goes where it goes. The flow. I like it. And I'm going to make sure I'm having conversations where I'm very selfish. Just kidding sometimes. But like I started thinking about Rogan and how he has conversations with people that he wants to have conversations with, not just some rando, some guy just because he's famous. But like this and like Steven, Matt, and you know, I don't want to like name people, but this guy I talked to recently, it just came out. Gilbert Smith, not Gilbert Burns, who just lost his UFC title shot.
Oh.
Gilbert Smith is a local coach, MMA coach here, and
Nice.
that was a a really good conversation, and I want to redo, like, kind of continue those ones that were really good.
Yeah.
Like, and this was good, and I think we could really dive into a lot of different topics.
Yeah, we could.
more.
We
yeah.
really could.
Mhm.
Like, kept it very just,
Yeah,
but
saying hello.
saying hello. Hey, how's today?
Yeah, nice
Good.
weather.
Doing good. Well, we could have opened all this over here. We could.
Quantum.
There's so much to talk about, man. Like, I really enjoy talking with my friends, and I feel you too. Like, doing podcasts with friends, it's nice to do it with people that you see it happening. You can already imagine it being kind of a no-brainer or whatever, and because I would be like, if I'd never met them or kind of knew them or just a fan of them, it gets crazy. It's just a different vibe than
Yeah. Well, and we'll wrap it up here in a second. But so you have like people like there was a guy Hari. That was a really good conversation. He's like a yogi. That's something I'm super into. So if it's something I'm super into, also an expert in that field is something. And he taught me about with the Wim Hof breath, where when you do the 30 inhalations, I was doing that right. And then you exhale after the 30th one, and you hold for as long as you can until you're like about to black out sometimes, maybe even, which is kind of exciting. Feel like you're going to die. But then when you re-inhale, you squeeze your core. And I was not squeezing my core. And anyways, he taught me that. And when I started doing that, it like, I was getting like DMT explosions in my brain. Like,
dang.
seriously, like, I'm not joking.
30 and then the core on the...
So 30 in, quick ins, and like, but then you exhale. Okay, so and then you're holding it until you feel like you're gonna drown. You're like, and you could keep going. Sometimes I do this. I'll say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, until I can't say thank you anymore. You expelled all the oxygen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then,
That's sick.
then the final breathe in, and that's when you go squeeze, and I'll squeeze my fists and my feet and my core, and just squeeze for 15 seconds. And if you did it right, you're probably gonna need to be laying down, because you could, like, sometimes I'll grab the chair arms of my chair and be like, oh shit. I'll like say oh shit, like, because I feel like I could pass out. And then, but it's like this, it's like a wah wah wah. If you've done DMT, it's like images flashing.
Whoa.
Euphoric feeling. Also, I feel like there's a dump of chemicals that are like norepinephrine, adrenaline, dopamine, all of them at once. But so it's like, why don't you do it all day every day? I can't do it all day every day. Yeah, and it only lasts for like a minute, if that, not even 15 seconds. And then you're like, okay, and you're back to normal. But very relaxing. He taught me that. And then the last thing I was going to say about that was, having someone too famous. Like, I'm supposed to get Cerrone, maybe Michael Malice, and this guy Bryce Mitchell, who's a undefeated UFC fighter in the bantamweight division, or lightweight, one of those two
superstars.
Yeah, I feel like then
It's like,
that's scary.
yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's an intense vibe. You want to.
So I like
Kinda talk
this
it
for
out,
sure. This is
Yeah.
good,
This is nice. That was nice.
and experts are good.
Yeah.
Famous people, maybe. I'm gonna have to get
And
used to that.
and go in there. I mean, it might be just a matter of just diving in and see what happens. It's worth a shot. If it's no good, it's no good. But
Yeah.
just thinking of it, just go in and try it out. If Cerrone, if you feel like that could work, I mean, you guys hang out, or
Yeah.
see each other. I'm saying
I feel like I
this,
could talk to Cerrone easier than those other
just,
two.
if you get that idea, like, I want to do a podcast with this person, you should try it out, even if it's kind of like maybe harder. I think it's still gonna help and be valuable. There'll be cuts, there'll be something, but
Yeah.
you know, and you'll be
Excerpts.
even more solid of a, because I'd find myself running away from maybe some of those opportunities, like, oh, this person, like, it would be hard. It would, like, I could do the podcast, but it would be a struggle. And it's, you know, it's like working out is, it's like uncomfortable, but you'll never regret it. And
Yeah.
you'll feel like I did that. You know, so that's all I can say. with
That's
that,
coming.
you know?
That's
So,
coming.
Yeah, that's exciting, man. Really. Yeah. Just
Okay.
been digging your stuff,
Thank you.
and
It's fun. It's good. I want to
Good.
keep it fun. That's the main thing is I want to make sure I keep it fun. And because if I remember like dreading it, and I haven't been, I usually look forward to them. I'm trying to think of one. Yeah, just very few where it's like, oh, well, actually, and one I was dreading a lot ended up being one of the best ones. And it was just, it's like,
see,
yeah. And I was dreading it because I just felt like this blah feeling. And then, but it ended up being one of the best ones. So
it's interesting. You know, I get really worked up over, like when we were going skiing and stuff. I was just like, when you see the whole task, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
But when you're actually in the task,
yeah,
it's bit by bit by
Yeah.
bit by bit, and like just going and doing the best you'll get through it.
yeah.
You know, like we
that is
always
what
get
was.
through
It
it.
seems too intimidating of a thing. It's like
Yeah.
daunting. It's like, oh fuck.
But then you say it's like hello, and then you just start, and then everything it just
flows.
perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like, but when you look at it, oh, I have to do this thing. It's so daunting. It's like I have to write a song today. I'm like, fuck, I
My
don't
life
want to
is
do
over.
it. It's over for me now. You know, like, but no, it's not.
No,
But so
you know what I'm talking about.
I know
So
what
that was a nice little tidbit of like a
Teaser?
like a brain hack or whatever.
yeah,
Just
man.
chopping it up from this huge daunting task and making it more manageable in your
Yeah.
mind.
Mm.
You know, try not to overwhelm yourself with the whole picture
Of that task.
of a task. You know,
Yeah.
just the first step.
The first step, just
Yeah.
start. Just you'll
Get prepped. Nice little prep.
things flow into each other real nice.
Yeah.
And
Take your time. There's no stress.
no stress.
It's all good. All right.
Love you, man.
Love you, Raul.
Good seeing
Love you all out there listening to the RPG podcast. Once again, we completed another one. Thank you for joining me. Go to soapcorner.com with a K, soapcorner with a K, ohanakababar.com, and of course, sheathunderwear.com, and get the latest. Meet your new Sheath. We got bands.
We got bands.
Yeah. All right. Well, see you guys next time. Have a good week.
See you.
Peace.